Hello viewers and welcome back to Comic Studio, and today we're going to be checking out Opal's Internet Awesome Comic Studio, and because of that reasons like for around here, but it has only one character left in this thing as well, of this comic creator about of, and probably this could be Opal, and it was some sort of a little bit as well as we're talking about for this full scale about a person, and probably it was a pretty baddie for a little bit for some sort of like this as well. So, and we're checking out for some items, and probably that contains around for an alien stuffed animal like this thing as well. We turn on for some spoilers as we seeing the full view, as we contain around for some sort of sketches or even some stuff as probably to do this. Concludes BFDI smile, a like button, and Hatsune Miku over here. There aren't original for some sort of for the effects as well, except for backgrounds for just a little bit for just one. And probably there must be papers and some kinds of a little bit for some sort of a room as well. And probably we're never gonna be trying to do this. What exactly that I'm going to do is how am I going to be doing this pretty badly as well. So even though this should be stands for some sort of purple thing, if I guess that I'm not gonna be doing for just something is a little bit right as well. Even that doesn't going to be compared for some sort of a background of the Abyssian or like those things or the Abyssian. It wasn't going to be for around here. So if this isn't going to be for matching of this background of the user's comic studio obsessions, that we're going to be probably to do this, to do when anything that we're going to be doing for just a little bit right. So I cannot able to be figured that out because that causes too much hours for a little bit as well. It will be taking for somewhat hours that I just spent here for pretty much time that I just never guess. And I hopefully that I just going to be added for somewhat that I might going to be doing this as well. So I might gonna be added a little bit of one character, but I'm not very sure that here she is. And yet and yes, it's pretty wicked here for around here for some sort of like this. And probably add the PP of those characters around here. The PP characters like this, including the cat inside the house. And she summons Vexes over here for around here. And probably this is what it's not gonna be look like that her parents, but I don't think there aren't real for those parents as well. That what is absolutely going to be thinking about here for something as well. So I'm not gonna be very sure before we're gonna be end of this video. Let's just talk around here a little bit first as well in Opal's Internet Awesome Comic Studio. But if she realized that she doesn't like parents for in the meanwhile, that I don't wanted to mention with this one is, and especially you, that absolutely should not able to be mentioned to this in the comments below as well. And because that you know that these two characters like grown-ups for such teachers from the South Park as well, even for a while that we just added a background from Cookie Run Kingdom, even though that wasn't going to be for a little bit tricky as well, that using for a purple image, and inside of this some kind of room as well. She summons the Vexes or anything that it is to try to attack anything what it comes from. And finally in her bedroom, and probably I'm not gonna be very sure that some guys are just sitting in some sort of an unknown seat, and she was standing here for a little bit probably to do so as well. So when he called her for Rafisol was probably summoning for a little bit as well. We include Felly and grape like this thing as well. So probably that could be the end of this video about using the studio crossovers as well. Probably that was pretty quick or something that we just tried to do it anyways as well. And now let's browse for some comics for around here. So even though this is not going to be for such as a little bit of true story as anyways, it has been for around a while ago, even that she posted almost for some sort of like hundreds of them, and I couldn't be able to be asking for around over 50 posts and or 50 posts that should be able to be tried to do this. And if I'm still going to be scrolling down, and it's way a lot more than I just never expected around here. So I hopefully that we're gonna be came back up for this thing as well, and we're gonna be checking out for some comics that we just seen this, and sometimes that contains pretty disturbing, I guess. So let's just go be try to hit around for some sort of this thing as well at the Opal's Internet Awesome Comic Studio. So we checked out for the newest, and this story was some sort of that nothing explaining or something as well. So what about we're gonna be checking out for some hot comics a little bit for those things. There's a little bit pretty more, but only with those three, I guess. And the top ratings that we just eventually going to the most highest thing as well was probably Luna Lust, and it's probably even more popular than the last year's Halloween. Even this should be for some sort of a deer as well. And there's nothing for the most popular isn't going to be yet as well. And finally, what is the first that is eventually launched up as well as the new Studio IJ. And even for the very first things that we some sort of pretty uncool stuff, as I'm probably very sure that was going to be like this as well. And even after the studio has been released, and if we're gonna be trying to show some spoilers, but unfortunately I won't be able to be doing this next time, and I got even no choice for around here. So this isn't about for it to do this as well. Sometimes that was pretty an age restricted to review for a round of those comics, or just try to view the comics, or just try to check it out from any of those comics like those things. Or isn't it possible for try to do this like any times as well? So I might gonna return back anyways as well, and we're about to end up this video for literally right away. If you'd like to see this comic studio around here, to make sure that the link is gonna be in description below, and probably that will be the end of this video. So before this, we asking you that the main website is going to be linked in the description, so you can browse some comics, whatever that you like to do this, instead of something like some sort of even cringe or whatever that you don't trust like anything as well. And also it contains around for some sort of ad pop-ups as even possible as well. So I don't really think that my razor just explode that tries to burn my house down even before this. So I'll end the video is pretty fast, as I'm probably able to be that I'm not going to be thinking about. So thanks for watching, for all your support, and I'm gonna be signing off that since my house might going to be burned down soon. And of course, I'll be talking to you mini lads and comic studio users all later.